Hey guys, Dr. Brown here with Kubo Math coming to you from Tarlac City, Philippines. And tonight we're looking at 5th and 6th grade word problems. So let's get after it. The story goes, I'm at the mall today and I'm working with this 5th grader and for the first time, and I was actually shocked at the quality of the problems he had that he was working. And now obviously I think the schools were teaching a little bit different than what I was teaching, but I finally taught him how to utilize, just instead of calling something one unit and then there were 3 of this unit compared to that, just list the variable you want to know as A and then work from there. And so that's what we did. But I thought I would share with you, 3 of the problems that we worked. I thought these were very good. I don't recall working problems like this when I was his age. So kudos to him for what he was doing. Okay, the first problem here is this person has 120 pesos. So wherever you are in the world, just use your own currency. In the Philippines, here it's pesos. So he had 120 pesos. You could say $120, 120 rupees, whatever. Okay, so 120, but it consisted of 2 different types of coins. He had some 10s and he had some 5s. Now, he had twice as many 5 peso coins as he did 10s. So the question then, what we're trying to solve is how many of each coin did he have? Or did she have? Well, what to do? Well, we know that the total monies would equal, hopefully you can see that, total monies would equal the number I have of one coin times its value per coin. So this would be the number of coins I have times the value of that particular coin plus the number of coins I have of the other one and the value per coin of that coin. Well, this is where and this is where I was trying to help him just define something I want to know. Just let it be A. I did not use X because let's say 5 times 2 equals 10. At that level of math, they still use the multiplication sign. So I finally convinced him 5 times 2 is just the dot. And eventually we were at the parentheses. 5 times 2 equals 10. Okay? So just know we're using the dot tonight or the parentheses to determine the same as the multiplication sign. Okay, so we said let A equal the number of 10 peso coins I have. And I couldn't have written that any sloppier. Number of 10 peso coins I have. Okay, the number of 5s is twice as many as the number of 10s. So if I have twice as many, if A is the number of 10s I have, the number of 5s equal 2A, and that equaled the number of 5 pesos coins I have. So if we go back to this formulation, if I choose, here's my 10 peso coin, the value of that coin, how many of those do I have? Well, I have A of them. A times 10. Plus, how many of the other coin did I have? I had 2A, 2 times A of the 5 peso coin. So I'm going to flip these back around. 10 times A would give me 10A. So if somebody said, I have 10 basketballs, 10 times basketballs is 10 basketballs. So that's really what we're saying here, except it's coins. 10A plus 2 times 5 is 10 times A is 10A. And this is also pesos. So now I have 10A plus 10A gives me 20A. Let me scoot over a little bit, because my total monies was 120. So let me bring all that down. So now I have my total money was 120 pesos, and that equals 10A plus 10A, which was 20A pesos. So 120 pesos equals 20 pesos times A. Well, I don't want to know what 20 pesos times A is. I just want A. So let me divide by 20, both sides by 20 pesos. The pesos divide out. 120 divided by 20 gives me 6. And that equals 20, all divides out here. That's 1. 1 times A is A. A equals 6. Wow. 2 times A equals 12. So that, that's 2 times 6. So I have 6 of the 10s. That's the number of 10s I have. 10 pesos. And 12 equals the number of 5s. Pesos. Well, 12 times 5 equals 60. 6 times 10 equals 60. 60 plus 60 is 120, which is what I had, my total monies. I had 6 of the 10 coins, 12 of the 5 coins. That was a 5th grade or 6th grade problem. So let's give ourselves a whah. That was pretty awesome. Okay. Well, we have one right. Let's see if I can get another one. Okay. Here's the problem over here. It's a little bit small. Sorry for that. The entrance fee to the zoo was 3,800 pesos. Okay, so again, we looked at the total money, total spent, we'll call it. The child ticket was 40 pesos per child. The adult ticket was 2 times the child's price. So the child was 40. 2 times 40 gives me 80 for the adult. There were 10 more adults than children. How many adults and how many children were there? That's what they're asking. Okay, total spent. Well, the total spent would be the price per adult ticket, DULT, times the number of adults plus price of the price per child times the number of children. You can tell spelling was not my forte. Okay. Total spent, price per adult, times the number of adults. The adults word cancels. I just end up with the price or money spent. Then price per child times the number of children. The child cancels. I end up with money again. So money plus money gives me money. Okay, let me get this one out of the way. Give us a workspace here. All right, A equals, I like A. Okay, A. Actually, I like X better, but since 2 times, the children may get confused, so I just use A. Okay, A equals the number of children. Now it says we had 10 more adults than children. So A plus 10 equals the number of adults. Hey, we got everything we need now to make this work except for one tool. If I have, and it's called the distributive property. If I have 2 times the parentheses of 3 plus 4, you can solve for that parentheses and get 7. 3 plus 4 is 7. 2 times 7 equals 14. Okay. The distributive property says I can take and distribute that 2 inside to each one of those numbers. I can say 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 6 plus 8 equals 14. That's called the distributive property. We're going to need that, I think, here in just a moment. Now, the gentleman today, the young man, had never seen that. So we studied this, we learned the distributive property, and then we let A be the number of children. A plus 10 was the number of adults. Now then, we simply fill in the blanks. Okay, the total spent, of course, we know it was $3,800. That should equal price per adult was 80 pesos per adult. Well, that word's going to cancel once I get to this other. The price of adults was this. The number of adults is A plus 10. We said that was our number of adults, A plus 10, plus the price per child, which was 40, times the number of children, which was A. Okay, now this is pesos, so 3,800 pesos equals 80. We're going to distribute this 80, use this distributive property. I get 80 times A, plus 80 times 10, plus 800. That was the distributing that 80 to inside that parentheses. Now, if you've never seen it, breathe deep. My oldest son says this very well. Hey, Dad, I don't know that today, but tomorrow I will know how to do that. Let's take that same philosophy and learn that method, because it will greatly solve the problems you're trying to work. So 80 times A is 80A. 80 times 10 is 800. Okay, plus 40 times A, 40A. Now then, let's bring our 3,800 down And what does that equal? Let's collect terms. If you think, I'm sorry for the dogs barking in the background. If you have 80A, if you think about this is a Pakwan and this is Saging. So I have Pakwan, so I have watermelon and bananas. Oh, here's some more watermelons. They have the same variable, 80A and 40A. They both have an A, so they're both Pakwan. They're both watermelons, so I can add watermelons and watermelons, Pakwan and Pakwan. This one does not have an A, so I cannot add it with the others. So 80 of something plus 40 of something gives me 120 of that something, and of course A is our something. So 120A is 80A plus 40A plus my remaining 800. Now, I'm trying to isolate the A, get everything away from it. So let me subtract the 800 and get it out of there. So I have 3,800 minus 800, and that equals the 120A plus my 800. And what I did to one side, I have to do to the other side to make it still be equal. So I'm going to subtract 800 pesos from this side. 800 minus 800 is 0. 3,800 minus 800 is 3,000. And that equals 120A. Okay, now I don't want to know what 120 pesos times A is. I just want A. So if I divide by 120 pesos, divide this side by 120 pesos, I get 25 equals A. So this cancels. 120 divided by 120 is 1. 1 times A is A. So A is the number of children that went to the zoo. A plus 10, so 25 equals the number of children, and A plus 10, which equals 25 plus 10, equals 35, and that's the number of adults. So A equals 25, A plus 10 is 35. Okay. 5th grade in Philippines is rocking. All right. Now then, one more. This one's just as exciting. Okay. All right, we have 3 people here, Benson, Ed, and Daryl. All right, we have Daryl, D-A, well, let me put it to the side. Can you still see me? All right, D-A-R-R-Y-L. Daryl, Benson, and Ed. Okay, it says Benson is 3 times older than Daryl. Let's let Daryl's age equal A. I like that A. Okay, it says Benson is 3 times older than Daryl. If he is 3 times older, he's 3 times A. 3 times A. As we said, that's just 3A, right? 3A. All right, Ed. Ed is 8 years older than Daryl. This guy, Ed, is 8 years older than Daryl. Well, Daryl is A. So his age is A plus 8. And it says then that the sum of all of their ages is 78. So if it says if you add all of this up, you get 78. So A plus 3A is 4A, plus 1 is 5A. So 5A plus 8 equals 78. Okay, 5A plus 8 minus 8, I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. 78 minus 8, these 8's cancel. I end up with 5A equals 70. So 78 minus 8 is 70. If I divide both sides by 5, because I'm trying to get rid of the 5 and get it down to just one A, 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times A is A. 70 divided by 5 is 14. Okay? Daryl's age equals 14. Okay, we have 3 times 14. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. So he's 42. Okay? This one is 14 plus 8. That is 22. So Daryl is 14. Benson is 42. Ed is 22. That's a cool 5th grade problem. Like I said, Philippines is rocking, man. Good stuff. Okay, so that was the fifth grade Philippine challenge. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. There'll be more of these as I'll look through some more problems, and I thought this was really cool. So it's good to see the young people digging in, learning their math early in life, because man, the world is wide open if they can develop those skills. So hey, why are we doing this? Together we're going to build a better tomorrow, and we're going to do that through math. So that's all for this time. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.